I'm with Aisha Mehiri. She's from Tunisair. They fly direct from Dublin to the north of Tunisia. They also fly a range of routes out of Heathrow and of Gatwick. And there will be big changes in the coming months for the entire air agreement between Tunisia and the European Union. Aisha, first tell me about your service out of Dublin.
Okay, we have a charter out of Dublin with the tour operator Sunway, and we have a flight on Saturday going from Dublin to Enfida, which is the new airport. It is located between Hammamet and Sousse, near Monastir, which is, the main place where Sunway has, the hotels for the tourists, for the Irish people. And we have planned this year to have a scheduled flight out of Dublin. First of all, we have stopped this program and postponed to next year because of what happened in Ireland, because of the crisis, the economic crisis. I've discussed, with some tour operator, and they told me just hold on this for this summer. And we have planned, for next year to have a scheduled flight out of Dublin, Dublin, Tunis, and Dublin and Enfida, 2 flights a week. Because between Ireland and Tunisia, they have almost no flights, no routes. Even no routes between Ireland and Morocco, Algeria, Libya, which is very important. If we'd like to have people coming in Tunisia, we have to have flights.
And Irish people wanting to connect to Tunis or to Jerba, how should they go about it?
For the moment, they would like to connect more Tunis or the area of Sousse, of Hammamet. They don't know Jerba, by the way. And we have planned, I hope we'll do it, is to have a fam trip with a tour operator, and we'll bring them to Jerba. For this, we won't have a scheduled flight to Jerba, but a charter flight to Jerba for the Irish people. And which is important for us is to bring the golfer to Tunisia, because you know that Ireland are the first provider of a golfer in Europe, the second one in the world after the United States, and we don't have Irish golfer in Tunisia. They go to Spain, they go to Greece, they go to whatever, another country, to Turkey, but then they don't come to Tunisia just because there is no flight.
You have a services out of Heathrow and out of Gatwick. How does that work?
Yeah, we have 4 flights out of Heathrow to Tunis, and we have 2 flights out of Gatwick, scheduled flights to Monastir and to Jerba. And it had stopped for 2 months now in the winter because the situation is not very, very good. And then it's going to be resumed in April.
How big was the drop-off in traffic on Tunisair during the revolution, and how will that impact on the future and the plans for the airline?
Mm-hmm. The drop-off was normal, let's say, because, what happened because of the revolution, we have tourists coming back. They went back to their country, mainly the UK, the French, the Swiss, the Italian. It's not because they... what happened is the tourists didn't ask for this because they didn't have any harm in the hotel,
And how big was the fall in traffic for Tunisair?
For Tunisair, let's say in January and February, maximum 15% drop. That's it, no more.
How are load factors then looking over the last few months, and how are they looking for the summer for advance bookings?
The advance booking are good. We are very surprised. The load factor are a little bit low, around 50%, sometimes less. But we have tried to keep the flights on, not to stop them, to have people come and see that it's okay in Tunisia. Everything is secure, And that's why we try to have more groups and more journalists and more tour operators coming to Tunisia to see by themselves that, I mean, everything is okay.
There will
And
be
we
big.
have planned, yeah.
There will be big changes. There's talk of an open skies agreement between Tunisia and the European Union. Is this something that Tunisair will welcome?
Honestly, I may say, to be honest, no. No, because the only thing is we have some routes. We are not interested in flying on these routes because the traffic is very low. But for the other routes, we are very able, and we have the possibility to compete with this low cost, because those low costs are maybe low cost, but they're not low fare. You know, I can tell you that sometimes if we can compare between Ryanair, Jet2.com and Tunisair, the price they start, I mean, they promote, like, you know, starting from £39, return to Tunis, but this 39 end up on £17 because you have to pay your luggage, you have to pay your food on the plane, you have to pay the fees for the procedure, blah blah blah, and then the number of seats, this price are very low. So you end up with Tunisair, we can compete in fare with the low cost. So we can be there before the low cost. But the open sky is on now. We can't stop it. And mainly because of what happened, the revolution and the democracy being, I mean, installed step by step in Tunisia, the government is welcoming the low cost. And by the end of this year, and the low cost can come to Tunisia, they started coming, you know. But their problem is Tunisair, because we are a big competitor for them.
You have lots of small regional airports to serve in Tunisia. Is that something that drives costs up?
No, because those airports, let me tell you, there is an airport, Tabarka, it's in the north in Tunisia, and Tunisair, which is the south. The cost of operating on this airport are very, very low. The government did this. I mean, the airline who would like to operate on this airport, they don't pay any taxes. Very, very few taxes. So it doesn't, I mean, it's important for us to tell this.
Your aircraft of choice in the past was Boeing, now it's more Airbus. Is that a trend we'll see continuing? I see you have a lot of orders in for the Airbus A320. Is that the plane that you've decided suits your needs?
Yes, it's. I mean, up to with the other government, yes, the choice was on Airbus, and Airbus has opened, you know, like a joint venture partnership in some company in Tunisia. We have an Airbus small company for small components, and it started working in Tunisia last year. And the choice for Airbus is also for Tunisair is to have the same family. It's, you know, it's costless for the maintenance, you know, and also for the crew, for the pilot. You know, they can pilot the 319, the 220, as well as the other one.
And alliances. You have had an agreement with Air France in the past. Are you thinking of joining an alliance, or are you thinking of continuing your co-chairs with Air France?
As a matter of fact, we have stopped co-chairing with Air France last year. I was in this division, I mean, I was in charge of the alliance and co-chair, and I have suggested to stop the co-chair with Air France, because when you say co-chair, you have to have a win-win position. And for Tunisair, we didn't have a win-win position. Air France had, like, we've been operating Toulouse, Bordeaux, Nice. So the operating airline was Tunisair, Air France was the marketing airline, and when we have asked Air France to give us co-chair on some routes out of Charles de Gaulle, they said no. Okay, so we said, okay, we stop everything. And now, for myself, out of UK, I have started talking with British Airways for a co-chair on a free flow basis on Tunis Road, on Jerba Road, on Monastir Route, since British Airways doesn't operate on Jerba or on Monastir. And also because, you know, we don't operate the same days. So if we don't have slots out of Heathrow for the daily basis, we can work with British Airways. You know.
And will we see One World or Sky Team or Star or one of those alliances signing up Tunisair soon?
One word for the moment is, it seems to be the best for us, or Star Alliance.